I am not from your time.
Clearly not sane.
History remembers Nikola Tesla as the wizard of electricity, a man who dreamed of a world lit without wires, who claimed to hear voices carried through cosmic currents. But history does not record what happened in the quiet hours of January 1913 inside the New Yorker hotel. Because that night, if the whispers are true, Tesla saw something no scientist had ever seen before. A visitor stepping out of time itself.
Mr. Tesla, I had to come. They said only you would understand.
Understand what?
That the future is in danger. And the past holds the key.
The past?
Mr. Tesla, I traveled here from 1838.
50 years before Tesla's death, a little-known American lawyer named Ingersoll Lockwood penned 2 novels. At the time, they seemed like curious works of Victorian fantasy, but more than a century later, they would be rediscovered, and the coincidences would shake the internet to its core. In 1893, Lockwood released Baron Trump's marvelous underground journey. The tale follows a precocious boy, Baron Trump, who inherits a mysterious manuscript. It is written by a mystic named Don Foom. In its cryptic words lies a map to hidden realms. Baron departs from Castle Trump, journeys across Russia, and descends into vast underground worlds. Along the way, he meets strange peoples, discovers portals between dimensions, and learns that the future is shaped by choices in forgotten places.
The path is written through Russia, beneath the earth, to worlds unknown.
3 years later, in 1896, Lockwood published another tale, The Last President. Its opening pages describe New York in chaos after a populist outsider wins the presidency. Protesters flood Fifth Avenue. Stores are looted. The city teeters on the brink of civil war. To modernize, the parallels are uncanny. A boy named Baron Trump, a populist president, New York in upheaval. Were these the inventions of a whimsical writer, or fragments of something else? A glimpse of events not yet lived. Lockwood was no prophet. He was a lawyer, a satirist. His books fell into obscurity, gathering dust for a century. And yet, when they resurfaced in the digital age, the coincidences sparked a storm. People asked, were these simply stories, or were they echoes? Echoes of a timeline that someone, somehow, had already walked. What if Lockwood did not invent Baron Trump? What if he remembered him? What if these tales were not fiction at all, but the record of a traveler stepping between worlds, leaving faint footprints in history's pages? January 7th, 1943. Nikola Tesla is found dead in his hotel room. Once the celebrated genius who lit the world, in his final years he was dismissed as eccentric, obsessed with pigeons, ranting about death rays, convinced spies were watching his every move. But behind the strangeness lay a man still haunted by visions. Tesla had claimed that during his high-voltage experiments, he sometimes saw the past, present, and future unfolding together, as if lightning had torn a hole through time itself, showing him glimpses beyond human reach. Most dismissed it as madness. But what if he was right? The day he died, federal agents swept through his room. They seized trunks filled with notebooks, diagrams, and devices. Officially, they were cataloged and locked away. Rumors spread. of blueprints for death beams, limitless energy machines, even devices that could bend time itself. One man was called to review these papers, John G. Trump, an MIT professor, expert in high-voltage physics, and uncle of a boy who would one day become President of the United States. Officially, John Trump dismissed the work. He called it speculative, brilliant but impractical. Yet the story does not end there, because some believe he found more than he admitted, that he became the guardian of something Tesla had glimpsed, something never meant to be forgotten.
Tell me, boy, you speak of danger. Yes?
Mr. Tesla, the timeline is breaking. They will bury your work, but one of your own will keep it alive.
One of my own?
Who's there? What do you want?
Guard them well, John. The future is written within those papers.
They're speculation, visions, nonsense. Who are you?
John, that's not nonsense, it's a map.
The official record says John Trump found nothing of value in Tesla's papers and patents.
We just need to know the truth, John. Was he onto something or not?
But what if that dismissal was only a mask? What if Baron Trump himself ensured that Tesla's vision did not die? That it was carried forward, hidden until the future was ready to claim it.
Look, I've told you, the work is radical, it's fringe nonsense, the work of a madman.
In the final days of World War II, the world learned the name Wernher von Braun. He was the architect of the V-2 rocket, a weapon of terror that struck London and Antwerp. As Germany fell, the Allies scrambled for secrets. Both Russia and America wanted von Braun and his team. Through Operation Paperclip, von Braun was brought to America. Here his genius was reforged, not for war, but for exploration. He would go on to design the Saturn V rocket, the engine that carried humanity to the moon. But before that, in 1948, von Braun wrote something stranger, a science fiction novel called Project Mars. In its pages, von Braun imagined the colonization of Mars. He described vast spacefaring vessels, nuclear engines, and a new society born beneath alien skies. But one passage stands out. The leader of Mars, von Braun wrote, would not be called a president, nor a king. Instead, the ruler of Mars would carry another title. He would be called the Elon. At the time, the name meant nothing. It was a curious detail, lost in a book few would read. But decades later, a man named Elon would rise. Elon Musk, a boy born in South Africa, who grew up dreaming of rockets. A man who would one day stand before cameras and declare that his destiny was to build a city on Mars. Coincidence? Or prophecy? Did von Braun, a man obsessed with rockets and the stars, glimpse more than he could explain? Was the Elon just a name plucked from imagination, or a fragment whispered from another timeline? Elon Musk is not a character. He is real. His rockets roar into the sky. His vision is clear. Make humanity a multiplanetary species or perish on Earth. But the question remains, did he choose this path? Or was it chosen for him long before he was born? A boy in 1893. A genius in 1943. A custodian of secrets in 1943. A rocket architect in 1948. An entrepreneur in our time. each separated by decades, each connected by threads too strange to ignore. Was this really coincidence or choreography? Tesla once said,
The past, the present, and the future are one.
to him, time was not a line but a current, a stream of energy that could be seen, tapped, perhaps even traveled. What if Tesla was right? What if these moments were not random, but echoes of the same pulse reverberating through history?
Patterns, yes, the past, the present, the future, all one stream.
You see? The answer was hidden in plain sight all along.
What if time is not fixed? What if it bends and loops, replaying itself until someone finally listens? What if Baron Trump was not a character, but a traveler, leaving behind breadcrumbs for us to follow? A manuscript in the 1890s.
This manuscript contains everything you need. Good luck.
A warning in the 1940s. A vision in our century. We are told events are accidents. Leaders rise by chance. Discoveries are made in isolation. But what if it is all one design? What if every age has been touched by the same hand? The same traveler moving between worlds? If so, then what comes next? If Baron truly walked into Tesla's lab, into John Trump's office, if he whispered through von Braun's pages, and now into Elon Musk's vision, then we are not writing our own future. We are following a map left for us long ago. Elon Musk speaks of Mars not as fantasy, but as inevitability. Stainless steel towers rise from the Texas coast. Engines roar like thunder from another age. His words are clear: become multiplanetary or face extinction. For many, this is ambition. For Musk, it is destiny. But was that destiny chosen by Musk, or chosen for him? Wernher von Braun, writing in 1948, declared that the ruler of Mars would be called the Elon. Decades later, Musk bears that name, building ships to claim that very planet. Coincidence or prophecy fulfilled?
Destiny was always yours.
Prophecy is only a story that survives long enough to meet reality. Lockwood's novels, Tesla's visions, John Trump's guardianship, von Braun's manuscripts, Musk's rockets, each piece scattered across centuries, each pointing to the same horizon, Mars. And so the question is no longer whether. The question is, who lit the path? Did Musk follow his own dream, or footsteps left by a traveler who walked it first?
Hey, man. Are you new around here? With respect. Who are you, sir?
Just a traveler. I like what you've done with the place.
Cool.
Maybe these were only stories. Lockwood weaving fantasy, Tesla chasing lightning, von Braun writing science fiction, Musk following ambition. But perhaps the dream was a message. Perhaps the message was a map. And perhaps, in rooms lit by coils and candlelight, the future once stepped through to make sure we reached it.